What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the Nerd Lounge 2.0. My name is Austin. This is my beautiful, perfect, amazing, awesome wife, Ray. We are your friendly neighborhood movie review watch couple, movies and shows. And this week, we're nerding out on 28 Years Later. Just got back from watching it. Gonna talk about that in today's episode. But first, did we watch anything else interesting this week?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
You're big in the Love Island scheme.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, everybody's watching Love Island right now.
I know.
That's like nothing new.
Everybody's got something to say about it.
How do you feel about it? He's only seen a little bit.
I think the cast of the guys is funny.
Yeah? Who's your top guys?
I guess that guy, Nick and Austin.
Nick and... Of course, Austin.
Dude's named Austin. Gather here. If your name's Austin, hit that like button.
What about girls?
None. Zero.
That's a lie. He thinks Amaya is hot.
She's got like that raspy voice. I don't know.
I don't like her voice. Her voice irritates the crap out of me.
I mean, I think it's not that it's not irritating, but I don't know. Some guys like that raspy voice.
Good
The voice that looks like sounds like they're always screaming at the bars or something. They're like, "Hey, I just want to, let me get 2 shots," and it's like, I don't know.
That's what you like?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm not his type, guys.
Well, yeah, you are. You're definitely my type.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. This season of Love Island, it started out boring, but it's just not picking up. I think it's episode.
It's only like, what, episode
13?
12, 13, 14?
Yeah, and they're about to go to... The girls are going to Casa more this time. Usually it's the guys that go to Casa and the girls stay at the villa.
The guys are going to stay this time?
Yeah, the guys are going to be at the villa and the girls are going to Casa more.
And they bring in like...
You bring in new
Don't
guys.
they bring in people for each side?
Yeah.
Oh, and the people from the villa, you can come back single or come back coupled.
Right.
And then
people from Casa Amor.
people from like the new villa, the Casa Amor,
Yeah.
can either come back single and choose to stay coupled, but then can't the people in the villa also recouple while you're there?
Yeah.
Ooh, spicy.
So we're going to see what
Spicy.
happens. Hopefully Huda doesn't get kicked off. A lot of people are saying that she's probably going to be gone.
I think she's like making a good comeback. I don't know a lot about her because I didn't watch the very first episodes, but at least in what I've seen recently, it seems like she's just getting shit on for enough reasons, but not enough reasons to maintain it. I think that
she fucking, what's it called? Love bombed herself in the beginning with Jeremiah.
What's love bomb?
Love bomb is like where you just like aggressively like
Oh, she seems
giving
pretty
and loving and stuff to
She
someone.
seems pretty aggressive, yeah.
She started that herself in the beginning because literally like after her and Jeremiah recoupled, they're like walking away from each other and she's like, "Love you." I mean, I didn't mean to say that. And it's like, you just met this guy.
Yeah.
And she, in general, you just met him and it's been like 2 weeks and she's like, "I genuinely cared about you." And it's like, it's too clingy too fast.
Yes, I agree with that. She's going too hard in the paint, I think.
Yeah. Started out boring, but now it's starting to like pick up. So I'm like, okay, I gotta text Josh and see how he feels about it so far.
Yeah.
My old manager's heavy in the Love Island. He's the one who got me to watch it.
That's true. A lot of people online are saying we should watch Love Island UK because it's even spicier than the Love Island USA.
I don't know. I feel like their accents would irritate. Well, it's people from America too, right? It's like the same thing, kind of. Or is it just everyone's from
I
the UK?
think it's just people from like UK, from like different areas in there. Like maybe people like Scottish people and stuff, maybe, or maybe it's all people from England and just Great Britain and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Well, I've never really seen it. Maybe I've seen like one episode. Yeah.
Well, I guess maybe we'll see what happens.
Let us know what you guys think. You guys got a favorite Love Island couple, favorite Love Island duo, a favorite personality, a favorite character, favorite cast member? Let us know. All right. So to start off, we're talking about 28 years later today. So we're going to do we did a zombie episode a few episodes back. We talked about a bunch of zombie movies. So today's Nerd Breaker is going to be guess the zombie scene. And they're mostly...
From which movie, right?
They're from which movie,
Okay.
yeah. But there are movies that are taken from the ones that we watched.
Okay.
So there's nothing that should be a total curveball.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right, here we go. First one.
Zombieland.
Correct.
The Night Eats the World.
Yeah, great job. 2 for 2.
The Dead Don't Die.
Yeah, there you go. 3 for 3.
28 Days Later.
That is 28 Days Later. That's correct.
That one is oh my gosh, what is the name of the movie? What is the name of it? I know the movie. It's a popular zombie movie. But I'm drawing a blank. I know the name though, but I'm drawing a blank. Hold on.
Not the morning of the dead, but
The night? Oh, night? No, not Night of the Living Dead. No, it's Oh my god!
sunset is dusk and sunrise is
Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead. There
You know what? And the movie is so old, but
it's like 2004. It's like 20 years old.
I knew what movie it was. I just couldn't remember the name, guys.
Yeah.
Don't come right. Train to Busan.
That's a giveaway. Yeah.
That one is. I know. That one is World War Z.
That is correct.
That one is 28 Weeks Later.
28 weeks later, and I think the last one is a giveaway.
Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, Night of the Living Dead. Yeah, because it's the only one that was in black and white. So, yeah, great job. Only one. You got. I know you knew it.
Yeah.
But didn't get the name of it, which is fine. So that was our little nerd breaker, little guess the zombie movies, scenes.
I did good that time, guys.
Yeah, you did great. So, all right. Do you want to go first into the do you want to go right into the 28 years, or do you want to talk about the other ones a little bit first?
I think we should go into 28 years, and then we can kind of like dissect, like
mesh them all in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this is primarily what the video is about.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna start with our rating out of 10 of 28 years later. We have not discussed this movie at all with each other.
We kept just saying we both have a lot of thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of thoughts.
A lot of thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Ready?
Same time?
Out of 10?
Yeah, out of 10.
Ready, set, go.
5 out of 10. Sorry, guys. Like it's a 5. This movie's a 5, man.
Yeah, it's definitely
5.5. Just look at us, bro.
I did in fact take my heart rate for this movie because we did it with the zombie episode. I wanted to turn my heart rate through all the zombie movies. For this one, my heart rate, the highest was 118.
I think it like some 127s in the other ones.
I think World War Z had my highest rating of like 125.
Yeah, okay. Like a high 120.
Yeah. So this one was 118.
It's like average.
Mostly at the beginning. And
yeah.
We'll talk about why.
We're going to talk about ins and outs. So, but I do want to go through all the Rotten Tomato scores of all of the 28 years, 28 days, weeks, movies. 28 Days Later has a critic score of 87% and an audience score of 85%. Mm-hmm. 28 Weeks Later has a critic score of 73% and an audience score of 66%. And 28 Years Later has a critic score of 89% and an audience score of 65%.
Yeah.
So I think the critics are really taking this from like a point of like, it's like an art house movie. Yeah. It's a Sundance film. It's a film festival. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like, dude, okay. I don't know. But so those are the scores. I think the audience had it right on this one. Super below average. For all of these like legacy sequels, very underwhelming. Yeah. So much buildup. That's the other thing.
Yeah. Like when we heard this movie was coming out, we were like, dude, we got to go watch it. Like people, the older movies that have been made and now the newer versions like for Final Destination or for like the remake of Lilo and Stitch, people have like been waiting years for this stuff, like the new Scream movies, all the franchises, and they've been low-key lackluster, which is sad. Sucks because I was excited. I just got into zombie movies because we had to watch all of them for that one episode. Could not really sit through one by myself. I'm into it now. So I definitely expected more compared to the other two films than what I got.
Yeah, you think with like so much time going by, like effects are better. You have Danny Boyle is the director who directed, I think, the original two, and then Alex Garland is the writer, and he has written a lot of great films. Writer director of a movie called Annihilation. He did. God, what was the other one that he did? Ex Machina. the AI one. Mm-hmm. He's credited in that movie Men. We haven't watched, but a lot of really good people behind this movie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So definitely underwhelming. So likes, dislikes. Does it fit into the franchise? Ooh, you know what I actually want to ask you first? I want to ask you first about, at least for me, Aaron Taylor Johnson is like what drew me to this movie, and he's in the movie for like 18 minutes.
Yeah.
He's like on the poster. He's like the big guy. He's like the big name in this movie, and he's in the movie. He's in the movie for like 25 minutes, for like 30, like for the first like 30 minutes.
He's at like the beginning, and then like for a moment at the end, and that is like it.
But there's like a 45-minute span where he's not even in it.
Yeah,
at least.
And it doesn't. Are we talking about likes and dislikes right now? Or are we just like?
I mean, we're kind of just spitballing, I think.
It kind of really bugged me that the son takes his mom.
The mom.
And then nothing pans back to like the town.
True.
It doesn't show like if the father, Aaron Taylor Johnson, I don't remember his name in the movie. Never really do remember.
I don't remember either.
Because he's barely in it. So there's not much to remember. But it doesn't go back to like to see like if he's distraught about his son being gone. Where's my son and his mom? Like, no, none of that. It just pans to like this adventure of trying to find the doctor. And then you don't see him again until like the end.
Yeah, and they end for like literally like 10 minutes, maybe even, not even 10 minutes. Yeah,
not even 10 minutes.
Does it fit into like the franchise? Do you think if you watched all three of them, it's like a good 3-movie trilogy?
For me personally, I'm going to say no. For me, I'm going to say it does not fit into the franchise. I feel like the first two are really zombie based. I feel like for this one, I mean, of course there's story in every single one. Every single one kind of has a time where, people are setting off on this adventure to figure something out. In the first one, you have, what is his name?
Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy. He wakes up in the hospital. He's on an adventure. He meets up with people. They go on an adventure.
Yeah, that movie just like starts too.
Yeah. The second one, you have the daughter and technically like the son of the dad and the mom. They kind of like set off on like their own adventure.
Yeah.
And this one, you have like the son and the mom. They set off on like adventure, and that's like really great. But through the first two, there's a lot of zombies. Like at every point in second, there's like type of situation.
Sure.
This one, I did not get that. I got the zombies at the beginning, and then we had one zombie who is the alpha, kind of just standing there watching. And then you have the pregnant lady in the bus or in the train. Yeah. And then you have the alpha again.
There was like the one zombie rush where they're in the house and like the military guy comes in.
Well, there's that one. So I'm sorry, there's two.
Yeah.
And then you have the alpha again. And then you have him, which it doesn't even tell the son's story of how he got the baby back to dad. And no one alerted his dad.
And then went back to like the forest and like stayed there.
And all he has is bows and arrows. And like during that whole time, there's no zombies.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do I think it fits in the franchise? No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think if you watched all three of them in a row, this would be the sore thumb. This would be the one that sticks out. Yeah, this would be the one that's like, I don't know, man. I didn't enjoy this film.
No.
I didn't really enjoy it. Like, the acting I thought was like fine, but still not even that great. And then like, so I wrote in here, let's talk about first half versus second half. First half could be like a short story. First half could be like a short film. First half could be like just that part where they get back to the village.
Yeah.
And then they're like celebrating, and then it could just like end, and it's like a little short story about a dad and his son. It don't even have the mom in there; just have the dad and the son. Make it like the story of like him. It's like a rite of passage to go out and adventure and go get some supplies and kill some zombies and come back. And it's like a 45-minute film. A short film. That's great. And the second half is a completely different thing. The second half could also be its own short film. It could just don't have the dad in it now, and have the son taking the sick mom out to find the crazy doctor in the woods.
Yeah.
It's two separate things. Ray Fiennes, I think, is doing the bare minimum.
Yeah.
He's just doing Ray Fiennes things. He's just kind of trying to speak profoundly. But I did think like the fact that I thought he was gonna go like crazy. Mm-hmm. But the fact that he was like a kind man who was like trying to find peace in the world and things like that, I appreciated that. I did.
And we'll dig into more of all of like the movie in a second, but we'll go through our list because I don't want to do all my thoughts right now.
Okay. Well, that's all I was thinking about. The first half, second half, just.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Yeah, just that it's like seems disjointed.
It does, because I thought at some point like the dad was gonna find them. Like, hear me out. I need to be on set. I need to be or help writing these movies. I thought the dad was gonna find them. Do a thing like grab the son by the collar. Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah. Like pulls him out of a tight spot or something.
Yeah, or what are you guys doing? Your mother, she's not well. Wooty wooty woo.
And then like gets killed or something.
And then they're like, and he's like, we're going back home. Whatever the case. And then there's like the cut screen of like where the dad like turns around to like walk, and then just a zombie gets him, and then the son's like, no, dad, and he's like, run. And then, like that would have been such an emotional moment because the last conversation the son and the dad had was not a good one.
Sure.
And that ties in the movie of like, well, now all I have is my mom.
And it would be like a redemption arc for him kind of messing up at the beginning, running off, gallivanting.
Floozies.
Yeah, and then it could be like a redemption arc of like him going to save him and then end up sacrificing himself or whatever. Yeah, no, for real. I thought he was going to show back up. It was really weird that he didn't.
But like maybe he didn't because they're like, oh, that's like typical of what people would expect to like happen.
Sure. Yeah.
But like, what is he doing? Whatever. Anyways. Okay.
But yeah, but the fact that there was like zero cutbacks to this village, yeah, it was definitely.
No one's looking for his son.
Yeah. I know that you probably can't risk like all the men going out because you need them to kind of run the village, but there should have been some kind of scouting party or something.
Yeah, no, there was nothing.
I don't know.
There was nothing.
Okay. What do you think about the last like 10 minutes? I was reading some comments. Everyone's like, guys, wait till the Power Rangers show up.
The last 10 minutes at the memorial thing?
No, like the last like 5 minutes.
Oh,
the very like final scene.
You had like these Russians doing fucking parkour.
They're like Scottish or something.
And jogger suits and shit.
Yeah.
It's like
they're like mobsters.
First of all, where did you guys even get these clothes from?
Yeah, they look very clean.
Like, he's like, you need some help. There's more coming.
Can we step in?
Yeah, and it's like,
and he says fucking goo, and then they're like, woo!
Yeah. Yeah, it was
running up the wall doing backflips, like getting like the wire, like ripping their heads off. It
was very not okay.
Yeah, that was like the third part of the movie. That was like its own third part. So it was like the first half was its own movie, the middle part was its own movie, and then the last 10 minutes was like its own little thing.
Yeah, it's I don't know what compelled them to put this in there, and then they zoom in on the guy's chain, and he has like an upside down cross.
I was reading on some comments. I was trying to, it kind of just showed up. I was reading. I dive into the comment section a lot on videos and stuff. And someone was saying it was the boy from the very beginning who was the son of the priest, and he like forsaken the church. That's why he turned his cross upside down, which I feel like could make sense.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man, forget the church. My dad, he wasn't saved. Yada yada. So now I cast them out and I do my own thing. And now we're like these vigilantes who go kill zombies or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I could see that.
Because I think at that part was before the lead into like the title card of 28 years later.
Mm-hmm. It was.
So it would make sense that he would be like 30 something.
Yeah. See, I had assumed that the son was Aaron Taylor Johnson. That's what I had assumed.
Sure.
He got away and started a little village and
or like found other survivors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. I mean, hey, yeah, that works too. I don't know. This movie to me is just all over the place. The other two movies, I feel like it follows a direct kind of like path.
It has a good start and a good end. This one,
there's a lot of guessing. I feel like for me in this movie, I don't think I would want to watch it again.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Unless there was like a 2.5 hour director's cut or something. Like it feels like something was greatly left out. Maybe they did have a whole thing with Aaron Taylor Johnson at the village, like a 20-minute sequence that was like just cut because they just
They just couldn't fit it in.
Couldn't fit it in.
Oh, what I was gonna say is this whole like memorial thing
With
that the
skulls?
doctor is out there with. Cool concept. I like that part. That's probably like the artsy part about it that I do like, is that he kind of like did this for the people who, because the dad was saying that we seen the doctor one day just laying out bodies on the lawn in a row, and he's crazy. But what he was doing is they were like gone. The people were like already dead essentially.
Yeah, he was
making a memorial for them,
cremating them.
Yeah, but my question is that how did he find like the ingredients? I'm sure you can find these in nature. Obviously, plants, everything are used for a lot of things. But the ingredients to like put the alpha into like a state of like, I would say trance almost. Like
He
where
said it was
doesn't
like
move.
morphine and like cerazine.
From
or therazine
where?
Or something like that. I mean, he was on the mainland. He probably ventured out to find some type of like pharmacy or drugstore or something.
And then this fool is just out there. Like, is that where he lived?
Yeah, and then he said,
What is he doing? Just catching fish and eating fish?
he's probably just doing some hunting gathering stuff, yeah. But also, he must be doing some kind of like venturing because he says he covers himself in iodine.
Oh.
He said the zombies don't like it.
Oh.
So he must have some way to find a supply of iodine because he was rubbing it all over himself.
Yeah. And then another thing that really pissed me off about this, and this pissed me off. They go on, this son is like, I'm gonna risk my life to save my mom because I don't know what's wrong with her. Okay? And
I think I know where you're going.
Drags and runs and walks and miles probably for them to get to the doctor, for the doctor to say, oh, you have lumps and then and so I'm gonna diagnose you with cancer. For her to then turn around and tell her son, I'm sorry, I basically knew and I didn't know how to f***ing tell you.
Yeah. Which makes that entire journey
Pointless.
useless. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, pardon my language. You're gonna have to bleep that out. But that shit pissed me off.
Yeah.
Because why would you put your son in danger for something that you already know?
Yeah, as soon as the kid is like, we're gonna go venture out to find the doctor, she should have been like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, like sit down, let me talk to you. This is what's going on.
Let's not risk our lives. I'm dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For them to just turn around and cremate her and kill her anyways.
Yeah. And they were trying to make it profound of like, put the skull on the thing, and it's like, dude, I don't know. It's such a I don't know. Unless they're just trying to bait and switch everything, but it seems like it's just so useless.
And then the zombie has this baby who's a regular baby.
Who looks very healthy.
Make that, is it like the second coming of Jesus or something like that? Like, make that make sense.
Is it like Blade, like a human zombie hybrid? And they're going to bring peace to both sides.
Or is that going to set up for the next movie?
28 decades later?
Probably.
208 years later?
I don't know. Like, it doesn't make sense because usually typically with these zombie movies is that when you're infected, it's your in your bloodstream. It's like you in entirety.
Yeah, if you bite somebody and they turn, it's like part of your like now new DNA. So you would think that a child feeding on the things, whatever you're gaining, nutrients, whatever, that it's already at a loss. It's already infected.
They're making these zombie movies.
They're making it up as they go.
The original zombie state was so much more of a realistic situation. Like, an outbreak happens, they're mindless beings, whatever. That is so much more realistic. In this movie, I feel like it was such a far stretch of this pregnant zombie is going to allow you to hold her fucking hands while she pushes out a baby.
But they do like go slightly into in the first two that the rage virus is not just like makes you completely mindless. You still have some you're like mad cow disease. You know, you still have, I think, some ability to like comprehend. You know, maybe because she was a mom, she was like, oh, like maybe there was like something that she knew, some kind of connection that maybe she figured out. Like, I feel like, you know, like a wounded, like a pregnant animal. Have you seen those videos where pregnant animals come to people and they like help with their babies and stuff like that? Mm-hmm. They like, where animals like come for help to humans. It could be something like that. I don't know.
I'm not going for that shit. Yeah. I'm not going for that shit. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I think it would have been awesome if like the mom was like, "Oh, I'm gonna help you," and then she just like, "Okay, thanks," and then like like bit her.
Like it just I didn't like that part because I'm so used to like zombies being like that. Even with, I mean, well, like for instance, in Dawn of the Dead, for instance, when what's his name?
Mekhi
Phifer's wife was tied to the bed. She was still like trying to like.
She was turning, and then the baby was born as like a baby zombie.
Yeah, but she was still trying to like bite and shit at people, even while she was pushing.
Oh, like, I see.
You wouldn't like embrace your hands with the zombie for you to like sit there now push and like push to get this baby out.
And then now that it's out, now I'm gonna yeah. Okay, sure.
And then, like, you have, like, this superhuman zombie who's, like, all fucking ripped and shredded. Like, he works out on the fucking weekends and shit.
Yeah, hey, baling hay.
Yeah, fucking Alpha running through here like he just be doing pull-ups on trees and swinging through the fucking forest.
Yeah.
Like, what is this? Like, you're so ripped. What are you eating? Because there's no food out here.
True.
What are you eating? Animals? Yeah. I mean, sure.
What do you think?
He's like, all right, I gotta get my sets in today because I'm the alpha. Like,
I don't know. He's like, yeah, he's the alpha. He probably evolved. 28 years later, zombies probably evolved. It's been 28 years, man. He's the alpha, dude. He's a freaking.
This shit's wild.
He's the alpha. He's slinging that schlong.
This shit's wild because if. It just, I don't know. It doesn't, through like the zombie genre, like it just does, this movie doesn't make sense. Because now they're eating animals. Was that ever a point where zombies ate animals?
Oh, I think they just like eat meat. I think they just like eat meat. Eat the living. They eat the living flesh. That's kind of what their whole deal is. They eat the living.
Very disappointed in this film.
Yeah, me too. I'm honestly like, I'm not surprised that we both didn't like it.
Yeah.
You know?
It makes me sad just a little bit.
Yeah, I agree too. I could tell also because like after we've watched it, even like when we watch a movie, we don't talk about it because we want to talk about it on the podcast. Mm-hmm. Like if it takes really hard for us to be like, oh man, oh no. Oh, what about no? But like this movie, we didn't have any of that.
We just kept saying that we both have a lot of thoughts.
We were just like, we have a lot of thoughts, but we were never like, oh, but what about, but we never like had like that tendency to like, that temptation to like, oh, I want to talk about it. We just never had that. We're like, oh, I have my thoughts, keep them inside. And we never had like the, I got to talk about it right now. We never had that.
And then, even me and I was talking to Austin about this while we were watching the movie. When the doctor and the son go under the ground into the grate and the alpha comes and the doctor's like, okay, I think it's time for you to go back home. But like he tranquilized the alpha and the alpha's laying on top of this grate. So like how the fuck did they get out?
Oh, did he fall like onto like that grate?
His arms were like through the grate.
Oh, that's true. He was like laying there.
And I was like, and I literally said to Austin, I was like, I wonder how he's gonna get out. And then Austin's like, oh, I'm sure they're gonna show it. And then like cut screens like the boy like running through a field.
And then he's like back at like the gate. Yeah, like goes through the causeway.
And like at no point after the mom passed do you hear this baby cry.
That also, yeah, true. That also means that he went back through the causeway and back in one trip before the tide came up. I don't know how fast the tide comes up, but yeah. I feel like for how long that causeway was, that bridge, that like by the time you get to the end, the water's already starting to fill up. So by the time you get like halfway back, it would be underwater. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But that, you know, I don't know. Definitely disappointing. Would you recommend it in theaters?
I'm on the fence about that one because I feel like in theaters it looks great. The the visuals are nice.
It sounds good. Everything like the visual and it's like the sound design and everything like that is cool. But I can't recommend spending your money on this movie.
He didn't even let me finish my statement.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I don't want to talk about it no more.
Go
We're
ahead.
gonna cut this.
No,
we're done. Podcast is over.
On with the chlorophyll. Come on.
No.
My bad. I apologize.
No, you don't need no more Red Bull either.
I only had like 3 sips.
But you also had a brown sugar shaken espresso blonde ristretto.
Blonde ristretto?
I gave you blonde ristretto.
Nice. All right, come on. What's your thoughts? Continue. I'm sorry. Here. This is unfiltered Ray's time.
Shut up. Like I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted, I would recommend it for the visuals, but I would not recommend it for the story.
Sure.
If you can wait to watch it at home, I would. But if you want the full experience, I guess, of it, sound, visuals, audience reaction, etc., then I would say to go pay for it to see it in theaters. I think it was like an hour.
It's like an hour and 50.
Yeah, almost 2 hours. And to be honest, it seemed pretty quick. And I just think it's because of it jumping all around.
True. Yeah. I agree with you on that.
And it's not even a point of like me saying, but you said they didn't go back to the village. They didn't go back to the village. It just jumped around. Like it like started in the church and then it went to the village and then it went to the adventure.
And then they were immediately going out of the village.
Yeah, it jumped around in that, sort of thing. So I feel like every section maybe had like 20 minutes in the beginning, 30 minutes in the middle, 40 minutes and like before the end, and then like another 20 something minutes. I don't even know if my math is right, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
You get what I mean.
Yeah, you're pretty close to like an hour and a half or an hour and 40 minutes of like time of like, yeah.
And then as to where you would think the end would cut with him just dropping off the baby, it doesn't. So
yeah. Then it goes to like Aaron Taylor Johnson like going out into the water, and then it cuts back to the kid in the forest, and then you meet like the people, the vigilantes or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have like a quick ranking of 1, 2, and 3 of the 3 movies?
I would probably. A lot of people don't like the second one. I like the second one, so I would say second, first, third.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna say like in order.
Yeah.
Best is the first, second is the middle, and the third one is the worst one. But yeah, I like the second one. I think the cast was great. But again, I think you're right. Like the first 2, very kind of clean story beats, good pacing. One thing led to this, led to that, led to this. This one, 28 years later, I don't feel like a little bit. It kind of led to this, like finding about the doctor led to the going to the doctor, but then like the doctor led to nothing because the mom thing, and then he went back with the baby, and then like the baby thing. I don't know. Yeah, it was pretty kind of jumbled around a little bit.
Yeah. Other thing I thought, this is what I thought was going to happen real quick, is when the dad and the son found the house, because the dad was like, oh yeah, we got to get zombies, and then the zombies
to get
discovered
like
them.
the supplies or whatever.
Yeah.
Some kind of something.
And they found the body at first hanging upside down, and it had like words on it, and they said that he was hung upside down for like punishment.
Did it have like an upside down cross? Is that what?
I think it had like words.
Was it like the
something.
people? Was it like those vigilante people?
I don't know. It had like words carved on the stomach, and they were like, the dad was like, Aaron Taylor Johnson was like, oh, something in that language. He must have been put here for punishment. Yada yada yada. The crows are getting to him. So I thought that the crows would be like kind of the ones trying to infect people because they've had a taste for human blood. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought like it would, because during the previews of this movie, it seems very ritual. It seems like that's what I got when I seen like the previews, and like even the poster for it seems very like ritual. It doesn't seem like a regular like infection based picture.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought they were gonna like spin it in like a different way of how the infection is still being spread, but it doesn't even look like the infection is being spread. It just looks like the zombies are just eating people. And even with the alpha didn't even eat the cop guy. He just ripped his head off. And it's like, what the was the point of that? Because that's not a traditional zombie.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Maybe he's doing that to just give food to the others. You know? He's like,
you're that conscious in mind that you know that you have to go back and feed your people.
Well, he's just leaving them there. Maybe they wander around, they find a bottle, there's a body.
That's not how
he's giving. You know, he's like the zombie Jesus. He's like, here guys.
You're that conscious of a zombie that you know that you need to feed your tribe. Are you kidding me?
He knows that he knows how to bang. He knows how to proliferate. Apparently. He's got some kind of animal instinct that's like leading him to like procreating.
No. I'm sorry. No, this is
Whatever.
Not. I'm sorry.
Who would have thought we would have got this heated over this movie?
Because there's just certain aspects piss me off. Now, since we did that zombie episode, certain shit pisses me off. I'm looking for a specific criteria in a fucking zombie. And if you cannot give that to me, I don't want it.
We do look highly and we look deep into the zombie lore.
I didn't get any chompy. I didn't get any.
I know.
I didn't get anyone trying to be attacked and then like having to push a zombie off of them and someone else like coming in and shooting the zombie. Well,
and then it gets in your mouth or
yeah, like I didn't get any of that. I just get this big ass dude with his dick hanging out running around.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I get from this movie.
Yes. Yeah, no, for real.
Where was the zombie eating?
The first two are like very clearly. Well, I mean, but it's also 28 years later, so now you're kind of just existing in this world that's like, you know, things are probably run down. There's probably not like a crazy like central government. You probably don't have. They clearly didn't have like much electricity or running water. They had like gasoline and generators and stuff like that. It looked like, and they had like gas and they were cooking and things like that. But they didn't have like standard infrastructure, so they probably have like radio. There probably is barely any type of like television waves or anything like that. So they probably don't have a lot of ways to communicate with the greater world. You're probably all in your little bubble.
I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about why the fuck these zombies ain't eating nobody in this movie. That's what I'm worried about. You got fat zombies crawling around eating fucking worms out of the ground.
Oh yeah, those guys were weird.
What the hell?
Those guys were weird. And then another thing I noticed that was super funny was when the kid and the son went out, kid's like scared, he's like missing his arrows, then he goes out with mom, he's like pew, pew,
yeah,
like never misses. He's like, I got it, mom. And now he's hitting. Okay, dude.
And like
you've turned into a freaking Legolas in a day and a half.
And then like you have this emaciated ass zombie that comes out of nowhere,
like in the woods.
He's just like, and he's all slow.
And the kid's like, don't move. And like, great job.
So you can't even say that the alpha is like bringing food back because
the zombies are clearly still starving.
Emaciated. And then you got zombies who are fat and eating worms.
Those ones were weird.
That's what there's two.
And then they'd be like screaming and they don't like bring like a horde of zombies because they're screaming and stuff. I don't know.
Well, didn't remember what the son and the dad, but
they did, but it was like 12 zombies. You think it would be like 400 zombies?
Somehow, like them crawling up in the crawl space prevented the zombies from.
Oh, and then they forgot they were there. Can they smell them and stuff? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. We could talk about this shit for hours because we will just pick at it. But
true. If
you want to spend the money to go watch it, go and watch it. This is just based on our review of it. I would save my money. But if you want the visuals, go watch it. I don't know. Do what you want. It's your money. So, it just doesn't line up.
Don't blame us if you guys go watch it in theaters. Because I clearly say don't do it.
Or if you go watch it, come back and tell us how you enjoyed it. Or what your thoughts about it were.
Or if you would recommend it.
And maybe we'll watch it again. But I really...
Watch it again when it's on streaming.
Don't.
That's what we'll do.
I'm just pissed. No one got killed. I didn't get no chompy zombies.
I know. And then it like just leaves the doctor. I don't know. It was like...
You don't see what happens to
I feel like there's like 30 minutes of this movie like missing. It should have been like a 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah.
With all the stuff they're trying to put into it. Or make it 2 movies. I don't know. Maybe there's going to be a sequel. I feel like they left a lot of stuff open. So I don't know.
Highly disappointed.
Is there anything that we missed? Final thoughts?
I don't, honestly.
I think we got a lot out there.
Yeah.
We got a lot out there. Some heated debates. Good arguments, both sides.
Yeah.
Great job. Heated wife over here. Mm-hmm. It's going to be great. No. I was going to say, okay. I do have I have a question of the day. My question of the day is there's like a lot of these legacy sequels coming out. We had, obviously like Zombieland 2 was a long time coming. The Tron movie is pretty much a long time coming after like the second Tron movie, which is a long time coming after the first Tron movie. Mm-hmm. So what movie that only has like one movie of its kind right now would you want to have like a legacy sequel?
Me?
No, just the people. Unless you think you have an answer, but it's probably,
I don't
it's probably
have
a tough
an
question to
answer.
answer on the spot.
No, yeah, definitely tough question to answer, but
or a movie
that's a good question because we do have the new Scream. I think they're making right now.
Yeah, they're making another Scream, and they're making like another
I Know What You Did Last Summer. Yeah.
Yeah, so like that kind of stuff. So or even just a movie with that has never had a sequel that you would want a sequel for, which I think would be just an interesting, cool question because we got all these sequels coming out. Mm-hmm. So let us know in the comments. Let us know what we should watch next. Should we go spend some more money on another movie? Should we go watch something that we haven't seen before? Should we watch something that's 20 years old? We got anniversaries. I don't think me and my wife have ever seen Jaws. I think I've only seen bits and pieces of it.
We've never.
I only know you're gonna need a bigger boat.
Jaws.
That's all I know.
That's all you know.
Yeah. So let us know what we should watch next. Hit like, hit comment, hit subscribe. We love you, as always. My name is Austin. This is my beautiful, amazing, perfect wife, Ray. And stay nerdy.
Bye.